Hello everybody, it's just Aiming519 here and welcome to my first Dislyte video. I've been playing this game for a good few days right now and I think I'm finally ready to give my thoughts on the game. We're going to be starting out with a quick single summon. I have a single summon ticket. So while we do this, I'm going to give you guys the quick rundown on what this video is going to contain. Alright, let's go. It's just a blue, who cares? But yeah, we're going to do this. Then I'm going to be talking about my quick initial impressions of the game. And then we're going to talk about what I think about the unit building, the gameplay, and last of all, my overall thoughts on it. I do actually want to make a bunch of videos about this game from a beginner's POV. So look out for those. So first of all, my initial impressions. And what better place to start talking about them than on the beginning screen. So when I first came into the game, it was kind of hectic. The UI, right? Like, I figured it out soon enough because of these nice little neon lights that are on there. Which, as you can see, you have like 3 screens you can swipe to, and then you have these things at the bottom, which is like its own side menu. Let me quickly check that. Why did it go there? Did something happen in the shop while I wasn't looking? No, okay. But yeah, I grew real fond of the UI real quick, right? It isn't something like Arknights where it was kind of difficult for me to keep up with the UI to the point where I didn't even use the shortcuts. I think this is quite fine the way it is right now, really good. Next up, the characters, right? The characters in this game, I absolutely love the idea of it, right? Like taking characters from like mythology, like Sun Wukong, you know, like Anubis, the White Tiger, all these like characters, like a siren and all that kind of stuff, and turning them into like just a completely new view of them, right? Like still having more than enough references to the way the originals looked, but still being like their own thing. I absolutely adore that. Okay, let's get out of this menu before he keeps talking, or she keeps talking. But yeah, I absolutely love the idea for the characters. And then last off, I want to send this section off with the tutorial. The tutorials are very important, right? Because the tutorials are the make or break when it comes to getting disoriented or actually knowing what you want to do in this game. Now, the tutorial does its job well enough. I still got a lot of my info from talking in the official Discord server, which it's a blast with those people, by the way. As well as I'm in channel 24, that's why I said okay. As well as other YouTube content creators, and I highly recommend them because actually watching YouTubers is a very good way to get your information. Now, next up, we have unit building. Now, we can... No, that's the friend stuff. Did I already give all stuff to friends? I did, okay. There's a mission? We can talk a bit about what characters need in this. So first of all, you have your standard characters right here with their standard ability, which has no cooldown. You can use that every single turn. For people who don't know the gameplay, and this is turn-based. You have their second and third abilities, which actually are on cooldowns. And of course, some of them have a leader skill. Now, apparently, this is very similar to AFK Arena, which I did not play. But the main comparison I can bring to this is oh my god, please, Wukong, shut up. I promise you, I don't care. The main comparison I can draw to this is Raid Shadow Legends. And I actually really like the way the characters were built and how you grew characters or powered them up in Raid. I had one issue, though. As long as there's injustice in this world. Okay, that's it. There we go, now they will shut up. But my main issue with Raid was just, and this ruined the entire system of Raid for me, is just how difficult it was to actually level up your characters. And every single compliment I get to give about that game, because ironically, I know the ads, haha, this game is the same thing, ads make the game bad apparently. But it completely ruined the game for me that you couldn't like actually level up your units, because the good thing about Raid was that it has a ton of different events that each required its own way to beat it, right? Like there was a ton of like some bosses needed a shield that just took to multiple hits to take down rather than actual damage. Some had like a ton of healing that you needed to like debuff them from. Other ones had like minions that you gotta take care of, you know, that kind of stuff. My issue was is that while that idea is nice, you can barely grind XP in that game, like barely, like it's absolutely terrible from my experience at least. So, you know, while they supported you using a lot of units with a lot of versatility, they didn't give you the means to actually build them up for it. In this game, I think it's different, and we're gonna get to this, but like, in this game, farming gold, farming XP, in both senses, which I'll get to later, all can basically be done in the same stage, right? It isn't like, go to this stage to farm gold, go to this stage to farm XP, go to this stage to no, a lot of it is kind of combined. So that's really nice. Now, let's actually get back to the character, and you're gonna hear Sun Wukong talking a lot through me, because apparently she can't shut her mouth. But first off, we're gonna go to the equipment system. Now, this equipment system reminds me a lot of, like, some of my friends described it as long as there's injustice in this world. A lot of my friends described it as like, can I actually make them like shut up? Can I like actively like settings and like audio and then like, no music as no, I genuinely cannot get them to shut up. It genuinely. Features not available. Okay, I'm genuinely incapable of getting them to shut up. But okay, so basically how this... Wait, hold on. I think I might be able to.
All I want to do is protect my people.
Let's go to a character who doesn't talk a lot. You know what? At least listening to Anubis' voice is soothing. Let's go to Anubis. Listening to his voice, I'm fine with that. So basically what you do with equipment is you have equipment. Equipment can be based on elements. Like, you know, you have some healing over here, some sword, some Hades over here, which actually is lifesteal, which, oh my god, is busted as shit on DPS. But, and if you get like 4 of them here in the left slot, you get an additional bonus. And these 2 on the right here are separate. These are like ones that are like, if you have 2 of them, you get a bonus. In this one, for example, I have crit rate up. So I have like 20% additional crit rate, which you can see over here. The other 10% that you see that makes this 30 instead of an additional 20 is from substats. Now you cannot reroll the substats. They are set. So a lot of endgame will be equipment grinding. But overall, I do really like this system. I'm not at endgame yet. I'm not to the point yet where I am grinding every single day to get optimal equipment. So, you know, I can't say anything on that, but when we get there, we get there. This is only a review of somebody who's been playing for a couple of days now, but my god, I'm enjoying this. So over here, we have a couple of screens. We have the Ascension screen. We're going to start at the bottom, where you use these, like, what are they called officially? Waves, right? You use these wave plate thingies to level up your unit. So as you can see, you have attack up, defense up. These are actually also locked behind the level that the character is. So for this one, they have to be like level 50. This one, they have to be like level 30. And this actually ups one of their skills, and you can level up their skills, which we'll get to in a second, which enhances them, but this specific one actually adds on top of it. So instead of being like 150% to 160% damage, it's like 160% damage, and now also if they crit, you get an additional 40% damage, you know, stuff like that. So really useful to have. So as you can see right here, it goes some like damage here, it gets an additional... The bonus attack that he can do. So basically this skill is like if he can attack an enemy, and if he kills an enemy, he gets to instantly attack another one with the same move, and then another one, and he can hit a total of 3 people. And it only goes to the 3rd one if he also kills the 2nd one. But here now it says that the additional attacks, the bonus attacks, ignores enemy defense and can be triggered up to 2 times within a turn. So before it didn't have that ignore defense part. So that's really cool. Then of course you have resonance. This is basically what you do with dupes. You get dupes, which basically turns the gems purple. Just want to point out real quick, when you increase a character's level cap, they get more yellow stars. Hold on, I can show it here. As you can see right here, yellow stars. You don't need to have like 6 yellow stars to get them to like 6 purple stars. You don't need to. You can just go to as high purple star as physically capable, or gem, or whatever it's called. Right, so you can, mine is obviously maxed out, but you could feed a dupe into him, and then you get like 4 points or something, and you can basically put those points into attack, HP, and defense. This is a really cool mechanic, because this means that you can build the unit however you want, right? A maxed out Anubis on my account could look completely different than the maxed out Anubis on somebody else's account. First of all, you have the equipment, right? Like lifesteal. Do you want lifesteal? Do you want raw damage? do you maybe want an accuracy build where all he does is attack first and has an accuracy buff, so he has a high chance to lower enemy defense, right? Accuracy in this game takes stuff like you have a 50% chance to inflict poison on an enemy or to lower their defense, right? Accuracy, if you have higher accuracy, you actually have a higher chance to land the debuff on the enemy. But yeah, you can have stuff like that. You can reset this, right? You could reset it, so you can actually rebuild your character if you're like, depending on like maybe some new endgame will eventually come out. You want to repurpose your character, all that stuff. And then of course we have advancement, which you can put like characters in to level them up. Now I'm going to pick another character real quick because he's on Ascension level. But yeah, you can use these little slime thingies. What are they called again? Like XP mons or something like that? I don't know what they're called. But yeah, you can use these little guys right here to feed into your character to level them up. Once they reach their level cap, which you need to limit break them, basically a limit break equivalent where you give them an additional yellow slot, and or purple in this case, since I've already maxed out his resonance, which gives him the purple stars, by the way. I would need to give a certain amount of characters of his own rarity, and then he could go to the next level cap to a max of a total of 60 at 6 stars. The highest base rarity you can get a unit that is 5 star, by the way, so even the highest rarity unit still can be limit broken. But yeah, you have these little purple guys right here, and they are basically used as fodder units purely to help people limit break, right? I wouldn't recommend actually using any of these characters. Please don't do that. I beg. Like, I beg, don't do that. You have to be some insane will to actually do that. Please don't. Next up. So yeah, that's basically all that the characters have in store. I really like this system, to be honest. I think that's quite fun. I think the grinding for the equipment is kind of a pain in the ass, but once again, I'm not in endgame yet, right? Maybe once I'm at full endgame, I'll be like, you know what? Grinding equipment is the only real thing I'm doing. Or one of the core things that I'm doing. So if it was really easy, I wouldn't have anything left to do. So, maybe that. And next up, we're going to be talking about summon currency. Now, a ton of YouTubers have made videos on summon currency, so please go check that out. But in the long and the short of it, you use these golden discs, right, at the top right here to summon. These gold records, you use them to summon characters. Now, you can change these purple shards right here for summon currency. Now, I went until my first pity of 120, right? So I went from 120 down, and at 40 pity left, the multi of 50 to 40 or 40 to 30, I actually got my 6 star, which is really good, which means I didn't actually have to finish the pity. But from that point onward, I have been mostly saving my purple gems for stamina refreshes. And if you're new to this game, I do recommend don't use your purple gems to buy these summons. Don't. You'll get enough from story and leveling up your characters. I promise you'll get enough, right? I've already gone down from 120 to 96 without using any of my purple gems, right? So trust me, you'll be fine. If you really want to, like I did, I don't regret using my purple gems on summons, right? But I would under no circumstances go past the first pity. Once you get your first 6 star from this, you get your first guaranteed 6 star obviously when you start out, which is either Wukong or Lee something. But after you get that second 6 star after that, save your purple gems. Just do it. And if you want to be real hardcore, save them for stamina refreshes. Now you might be thinking, why? The main reason, we'll get to that in a second. The main reason I'm telling you to do that is because farming, this is a farm game. This game is farming, all day, every day farming. And it's not actually annoying. We'll get to that when I talk about gameplay and overall thoughts, but it's not actually that annoying to farm all day, but you really need stamina. There's a ton of stuff to farm in this game, a ton of diversity in there. You can farm equipment, there are some events where you just try to get as far as you currently can, right, in stages, and you get rewards for it, so you can spend stamina on that. You can spend stamina on story, you can spend stamina on the practice stages in story, which gives you XP and a ton of money and all that kind of stuff. It really depends on what you want to do, but once again, you need XP, and you need XP for ripples, which I'll get to in a second what ripples are, but basically ripples are temporary. once you get into one, it only is there for like a max of 45 minutes or an hour if it's your own. So you really want to make sure that you actually have a stamina fresh ready at all times, or two maybe, to use on those in case you get lucky, you get into a ripple for a really good unit. We'll get into ripples in a second. Now next up, you also, actually let's get into ripples right now, because we're actually at a good point. These are the equivalent to shards, right? So if you get a certain amount of a character, for Dahlia it's like 40 of these ripple shards, or wishes, whatever they're called. But for like a 3-star unit, because Dahlia is of course the 3-star unit, you would need like 30. But for Dahlia you also get like 8 of those shards per run, and for these you only get 5 per run. So technically 4 stars are easier to get, but it's whatever. Now the way to get them would be to either grind these miracle stages, either ritual or sonic, and I'll get to them in a second, which you actually get from them. And you have like a 0.5 or like a 2 or like a 0.5% chance to actually trigger them. It's really rare. Or you can hang out in these chats, right? And you can try to wait for like a message like this one, right? It's not exactly that one, but there will be a message in like blue text, right, with an underscore underneath the entire, like an underline underneath all the letters, that will basically tell you, hey, this person found a ripple, do you want to join in, right? So, that's another way, and you can basically take on the stage a couple of times before it is like, hey, you've taken it on enough times now, there's no more rewards for you, and if you get enough of those wishes, you can get a character. There is even some characters that are ripple exclusive. So basically, the thing is, a ripple is only live for an hour, right? Once it's triggered by a person, it's up for an hour. The first 15 minutes, only people on the person's friend list or people in their club, which is this game's equivalent of a guild, can actually join it, right? After 15 minutes, there will be a public link posted in the current chat they are in, the current public chat they are in, and everybody will be able to join at that point. A 3-star ripple will only have 20 spots in it, and a 4-star ripple will only have 30. We can only assume that a 5-star ripple will be having 40. It will be having like 40 spots in it, right? Because a 4-star has 30 spots and a 3-star has 20 spots. I'm sorry if I said that wrong the first time, but we don't know, since we haven't had a ripple for a 5-star yet. But yeah, you have like characters like let me pull up real quick. Her, Yesua, which is absolutely, she's insane. She does attack and defense buffs for everybody. She can heal people. She can inflict attack down on enemies, debuffing them. Like, dude, against the boss, she's insane because she can just raise everybody's attack and defense and then lowers the enemy's attack. What's that boss gonna do? What's that boss gonna do? He's gonna do nothing. He's not gonna do damage. So yeah, good thing to know. She's absolutely insane. If you can get her, like, you have to camp crazy. Like, you have to camp chats all day, every day to try to get her. Because people are sniping the shit out of her the second they see him. So you're gonna have to try to snipe even faster. Right? Let me see. Is there been any, like, thingies in here yet? I would want to go to different channels that give a higher chance to give BM usually, because more active people, but I'm really scared because there's some really weird people on this game sometimes, and I really don't want to show some of their messages on a big screen. Like, if they pop up on the top, there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, now next up we're going to talk about the actual gameplay, and while we talk about that, I'm just going to quickly do an XP run. I can actually get rid of you because you're kind of done for now. Let's see, who do I actually bring for this? We'll bring you just for more XP grinding. Wukong kind of take care of it. So yeah, this game also has an auto feature. I'm going to quickly just allow it to auto run through this stage. And I have these two little purple guys here because I want to level them, because you can actually limit break the purple guys as well. So let's say you wanted to limit break your 5-star Wukong, right, that you just got. You can actually limit break these guys all the way from 3-star all the way up to like 5-star, and then feed them into Wukong, which is really, really, really useful, by the way. I really like that system. Once again, a very similar thing to what we used to do in Raid Shadow Legends, which you would build up like low rank units and limit break them to like a 5-star or something, so we can feed them in our actual 5-stars and make them 6-stars. But once again, with a huge difficulty in actually getting XP in that game, for me at least, it didn't really work out. But in this, XP, go for it. It's still difficult to level characters up, but the beautiful thing about this stage, right? And I'll show you more about stage in a second, but for now I can tell you some stuff. These stages, called practice stages, give you XP characters at the end. They give you a ton of XP for actually clearing them. They're easy to auto compared to the other stages on the field, or your difficulty level. And the best thing of all is, they also give a good amount of XP for clearing, and they also, give a lot of gold for clearing it. For every single run that you clear, they give a ton of gold, which really stacks up if you keep spamming them. So do keep an eye out for that. Like, if you're wondering how to get easy gold, that's how you do it, dude. Look at that, man. I love the way this game looks. It's so good. The aesthetics are so good. Oh, there you go. That's some level ups right there. Very, very nice. And as you can see, we even got some stamina back. That you love to see it. You love to see it. Stamina back. Love to see it. And some nice XP character right there. Now back to the map. As you can see here, the practice stage is like off on the side. Now I am on hard mode, by the way. Right, I am on hard mode, so I've already beaten up until chapter 12. 12-8, the boss of chapter 12 was really difficult. Damn, that was really difficult. Chapter 3's boss was also really difficult on hard mode, Jesus. But yeah, gameplay wise, I absolutely love it. I will be going, I'm keeping it kind of brief because I want to make individual videos about each of these sections, right? And making sure to actually do them justice, because trying to go over them all here would make a way too long video. So I'll just be cutting this off now with my overall thoughts on the game, and if I would recommend it to people, right? Now, I have been playing gachas for a long time, right? I started out with Dokkan back when Physical Goku Black came out. I play Legends since day one, not every single day since day one, please, my sanity. But I've been playing it since day one. I played Dragalia Lost since, like, before, like, all stages got a Master Agito difficulty. Like, before the two, like, when Summer Party came out, been playing that. Been playing Pokemon Masters since day one. Long and short of it, I've been playing a lot of gacha games over the years, right? And I will say this game is a real fresh, like, a breath of fresh air. And I know a lot of people are getting burned out with their gachas right now. Give this a try. Okay, genuinely give this a try. It's a nice breath of fresh air. It's a brand new IP with... but the characters are actually based on mythical characters. So while it is a new IP, they're actually based off characters that you somewhat are familiar with. So that's a form of familiarity right there. A ton of people are trying it out right now, so that's really good. It's a really active community. The in-game chat feature is actually used. Oh, here we go. This is a ripple right here. As you can see right here, this blue text right here is like a ripple. It's already full right now, obviously, because I had to scroll way up to get it. But yeah, that's a ripple right there. So that's another way to get them. But yeah, dude, I keep saying but yeah, I need to stop that. Overall, I think this is a game we should all give a shot, right? I think that there's a lot of effort put behind this. I'm really looking forward to it. A new event just came out where it's one of those loot box events where you do like a few missions a day, and you can do like get like 5 random items out of the box. Here, I can actually show it to you guys right now. We're not gonna talk about the fact that I've already spent some money on the game. Not a lot, right? But I spent some money. But yeah, as you can see right here, 1 summon ticket, 2 summon ticket, and another 2 summon tickets right there. Absolutely beautiful. Stamina right there. Leveling up character skills. More stamina over there. These are some of the wave items that you can use in Ascension to ascend up a unit, which you can also farm, but once again, we'll talk about the actual stages in a future video. But yeah, you can get a ton of stuff just like that. You can also get this 200 gem one, which I already got because I'm lucky as fuck. And some good old money. Also, you can get single summon tickets from actually farming the XP stages. Remember I told you these stages basically drop almost everything besides equipment? Yeah, they drop good XP, they drop a fuck ton of money. Like this one gives like 10k per run, right? And that isn't a whole lot, but like when you get like further into the game, right? Like when you get to like the last difficulty, which is called like Purgatory or something, it gives a ton of money, right? A frick ton of money. But yeah, you can also actually, like, there is hidden drops that they do not show you, like the mons, the like little purple dudes that you can feed into like your characters to, like, you know, limit break them. They can also drop from here. So yeah, you can just get random singles like that, eternal grinding, which is something that Ray Shadow Legends also did, which is another thing that I really liked about it. You can infinitely grind summons, they just have a really low chance of dropping. Overall, a lot of stuff that I liked about games like Raid, right? But Raid had like a couple core issues, especially as a beginning player, that completely ruined the whole system for me. This game completely fixed that, which has me super duper duper excited. That's all I can say over it. Love the game, love the visuals, love the way it's currently working. Some stuff in the future might need an overhaul, like Ripples might need an overhaul, but at some point in the future, depending on what they end up doing with it. The current way this is fine, but I'm assuming they want to have more characters in it, but we'll leave that for the video talking about Ripples. Give it a try. Support these devs for now. Once again, for now, I don't know if they might do some shady shit in the future, because, you know, they're still gacha devs at the end of the day. And we all know how quick gacha devs can go from, like, best devs on the planet. Oh my god, they're listening to us. They're responding to us to, like, have these guys ever played the game themselves, or do they just develop purely, or what's going on, you know? But for now, please do support it. It's so much fun. I am also talking in the official Discord, but if you guys want to join my Discord, in which I talk basically daily and I hang out daily, first link in the description down below, also to all my other social medias. If you guys want to see more of Dislyte content, well, I'll be making a good amount of Dislyte content. Make sure to subscribe and like to show me that I am doing something right. Thanks everybody for joining on in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.